Hello, welcome to Krista's So Crafty. My name is Krista. Today I'm going to show you how to make these little fabric scraps go turn into a fabric bookmark. Stick around, it's going to be fun. Here I have enough material to make 2 different bookmarks. So I'm going to show you with one. So let's just put this one aside. The squares that I'm using are 4 inches square. So 4 by 4. And I have 3 pieces. In this scenario, I'm going to use 2 kind of solid pieces with a pattern piece. In this one, I have 2 butterfly pattern pieces, and I have this kind of coordinating other pattern piece that I'm going to use to go with it. But basically all you need to do is you're going to have one square that's going to be on the bottom, and this one you want to have the right sides facing up. With my material, it doesn't really have a right or wrong. I'm going to use this as my right side, and this will be the right side here. And then with this piece, what we need to do is to take it and fold it in half, and I suggest taking it over to the ironing board and giving that a really good press, and then we'll bring it back and we're going to do a top stitch here. All right, got this all pressed, so now I'm just going to stitch this down with about 1/8 of an inch stitch all the way across here, and that'll have a dual purpose. I just got to turn my machine up a bit. Not only will it hold the material together, but it also makes it look nice too. And you know what, I might put 2. Sure, let's put 2. Let's put 2 stitches across there. I think that'll look kind of nice. So I'm just going to line up my needle to be in the middle between the outside and where my stitch was. So let's just go like this. There we go. That looks nice. So let's just trim up these threads a little bit here. And now all we need to do is bring in our pieces here. So what we need to do is to take this little piece, and you're going to remember this fabric is right sides facing up, and this one here you want to have it so that the right side is facing down. I've got another thread here. Let's get that trimmed up. So you want the right side facing down like that, and you want to line it up into that corner like so, and then you'll put this one on top with the right side facing down. So basically you're making like a sandwich, putting this all together. Bring in some pins because we want this to stay where we put it. So I'm just going to pop a few pins in here to help hold everything in place. And then 2 on this side should be enough. So that's holding all of those pieces in place. And then this side. So now what I want to do is, so this is where my folded fabric is folded here, and it's this side. So I want to start over here, and I'm going to start about here, and I'm going to do a little back stitch, and I'm going to sew all the way around, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to stop about here. You want to leave about an inch and a half opening so that we can turn this. Okay, and just make sure that you are doing a back stitch at the beginning and the end. So I'm going to start about here, and I'm going to move my needle over. If you can't move your needle over, then just, move the fabric. And pop that pin out. Take a couple stitches and do a little back stitch, and just go all the way around. And I'm using about 1/4 of an inch stitch, and my stitch length is actually 1.8. I want it pretty close together right now. I don't want the stitches to come out. So I'm just going to stitch all the way around. Now we need to take a pair of scissors. Just going to trim up this thread. And all we're going to do is clip our corners so that there's not as much bulk. So just kind of cut in and around like that. And like that. So now we have the corners all clipped, we can go to our opening and we can reach in here and turn our corners. So what I like to do is go to the one where the material is in the corner, and I just take and I kind of fold these over. I kind of fold it over and push my thumb in there. However you want to do it, to turn it is what you need to do. So just flip it around and get this other corner and get it flipped out like that, and then get these other corners. And this is just going to make it nice and easy. Flop it out like this, like so. Now I'm going to pull a no-no because I'm not quite sure where my turner is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to gently push these corners out. You run the risk of your scissors going right through the material, and you don't want that. All right, so now what we need to do is we're going to make sure that this opening gets stitched together. So we're going to fold that over like that, give it a little finger press, and I'm going to take it over to the iron and give it a real press. Just make sure that everything is laying down nice and flat. I like to use my fingers and make sure that these seams are out. Little finger press, and now I'm going to go give it a good press. All right, so the other thing you can do is take your seam ripper and gently go into these corners and just gently pull them out if you're having issues. See how that's not quite to a point? I'm just going to go right in between the fabric layers and just pull that out. And it doesn't take much, and then there you go. See? Looks much better. Basically this is done, but what we need to do is to stitch all the way around the outside so that we can close up this opening, and it just gives it a nice finishing stitch. Well, apparently I had not pushed record, so basically I started just before my opening. I did a little back stitch, and now I'm just going all the way around. When I get to the corner, I'm just going to keep my needle down, pivot, and keep sewing. There we go. All right, cut that, and we got this all done. So now it looks nice and neat, has a nice stitch all the way around the outside, and our little dual stitch in here, and our little fabric bookmark is all done. And I will go get a book and I will show you how this works. So here is our finished bookmark, one of them, and this is the other one that I was showing you the material for. So that's all done as well, but I wanted to show you how it works. So this is a classic book, one of my favorites. You just take your page, you grab a few pages. So if I'm stopped here on my page, I would just insert the page in like this, like that. And now you can close it, and there you have your bookmark holding your page. When you want to go to where you were, you open it up, remove your bookmark, and continue to read your book. So these are such a fun, fast, easy project to do. This is a great thing for a beginner sewer to try. It is something that you can use many scraps for. It's a great scrap buster. And you know, it only takes 3-4 inch pieces of material, and you have these wonderful bookmarks that you can make so many of in such a short period of time. Honest to goodness, even if I had to cut these all out every single time, I have a box of 4-inch squares over there, but if I had to cut them all out, sew them, press them, do all of that, it still probably wouldn't even take me 10 minutes to make one bookmark. So you could absolutely make a whole bunch of these. I do not put any type of a lining or anything in here because I don't want them any thicker than it is, because if you're putting it inside the book, I don't want it to make marks in my book, or right. So I keep it thin by just using the fabric, and as you can see, it's quite thin. There's a thread, but you know, they're great little stocking stuffers. They're, you know, if you're giving somebody a book, why not whip up maybe 1 or 2 of these? Because I know my daughter-in-law, she reads more than one book at a time. But yeah, you know, you could whip up a couple of these and put them in with a nice book for them. You could, this would make great bookmarks for in a cookbook. If you wanted to earmark some pages, this would be great for that. They're great little ideas for party bags. You go to a birthday party or something and there's like party favor bags. That would be great for those if you made a bunch of these. So many different things that you could use these for. You could make them with following the different seasons, you know, Christmas and Easter and all of that. Whatever, you know, your heart desires. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel and click on the bell to receive notification every time I upload a new video. I just love how these turn out, and they just work so nicely. Just like that. Thank you again, and happy crafting.